Welcome back to Terror and Urban Myths. Tonight, we're taking you on a journey to the edge of understanding, to a place where cosmic dread meets scientific possibility. We're talking about galaxy eaters. And if you find this episode as captivating as we do, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and give us a like.
Imagine for a moment the vastness of space, filled with billions upon billions of stars and planets. Now imagine a force so powerful, so immense, that it can consume these celestial bodies, leaving behind only an empty void.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The idea that something out there could be capable of devouring entire galaxies.
The concept of galaxy eaters, while terrifying, isn't entirely outside the realm of scientific speculation. There are certain phenomena we observe in the universe that hint at the existence of such entities.
What kind of phenomena are we talking about?
We'll consider the movement of galaxies. We know that galaxies move within clusters, drawn together by gravitational forces, but sometimes we observe galaxies moving in ways that can't be explained by our current understanding of gravity.
You mean they're moving erratically, like something is pulling them off course?
Exactly. And these gravitational anomalies are often accompanied by other strange occurrences. For example, we've observed galaxies that appear to be missing significant chunks of their mass.
As if something has taken a bite out of them.
It's a disturbing analogy, but yes, that's one way to think about it. And this missing mass often corresponds to areas where we also observe these gravitational disturbances.
So could these missing chunks of galaxies be evidence of galaxy eaters?
It's one possible explanation. Of course, there are other theories as well. Some scientists propose that these anomalies could be caused by exotic forms of matter or energy that we don't yet fully understand.
Like dark matter.
Dark matter is certainly a possibility, but some theories go even further, suggesting the existence of hypothetical objects like cosmic strings or domain walls, remnants from the very early universe, that could have immense gravitational pull.
It sounds like we're venturing into the realm of theoretical physics here.
We are, but that's where the most interesting possibilities lie, don't you think?
Absolutely. So even if we can't definitively prove that galaxy eaters exist, the very possibility is enough to make one reconsider the nature of the universe.
And our place within it.
That's right. If there are entities out there capable of consuming entire galaxies, it certainly puts our own existence into perspective.
Imagine the scale of such a being. It would have to be something beyond our comprehension, perhaps something that operates on principles of physics that we haven't even begun to grasp.
It's a truly unsettling thought, and it raises questions about our own vulnerability.
Indeed. If something like a galaxy eater were to set its sights on our galaxy, the Milky Way, what chance would we have?
That's a question I'm not sure I want to answer.
It's a question that forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the fragility of our existence.
And perhaps it's a reminder that there are forces at play in the universe that are far beyond our control.
Forces that we can only begin to imagine.
It's a thought that is both terrifying and awe-inspiring.
Perhaps both are necessary to truly appreciate the vastness and the mystery of the cosmos.
It's fascinating and a little bit frightening to think about how our understanding of the universe has evolved over time for centuries. We believed that Earth was the center of everything. Now we know that we're just one small planet orbiting a rather ordinary star in a vast and ever-expanding cosmos.
And with each new discovery, the universe seems to become even more mysterious and awe-inspiring. The concept of galaxy eaters is a prime example of how much we still don't know.
Exactly. We've talked about the gravitational anomalies and missing mass that might point to their existence. But what about the nature of these hypothetical entities? What could they possibly be made of?
That's where things get really interesting and perhaps a little bit speculative. We're talking about entities that would defy our current understanding of physics. Some theories suggest that they could be composed of exotic forms of matter, perhaps something akin to dark matter, but on a scale that we can't even fathom.
Dark matter is already a bit of a mystery, isn't it? We know it exists because of its gravitational effects, but we haven't been able to directly observe it.
That's right. Dark matter makes up a significant portion of the universe's mass, but it doesn't interact with light or other forms of electromagnetic radiation, which makes it incredibly difficult to detect.
So if galaxy eaters are made of something like dark matter, but even more exotic, it's no wonder we haven't found any direct evidence of them yet.
Precisely, we're talking about entities that could be so massive, so dense, that their gravity warps space-time to a degree that we can barely comprehend.
It's almost like something out of science fiction, isn't it?
The line between science fiction and science fact is often blurred, especially when we're dealing with the unknown, Many concepts that were once considered pure fantasy have later been proven to be true.
Black holes are a perfect example.
Exactly. The idea of a region of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape, was once considered purely theoretical. Now we know that black holes exist, and we're even starting to image them.
So it's not entirely out of the question that galaxy eaters, however fantastical they may seem, could also turn out to be real.
That's the beauty of science. It's a process of constantly questioning, exploring, and revising our understanding of the universe.
And sometimes the most unsettling discoveries are the ones that challenge our most fundamental assumptions.
If galaxy eaters do exist, it would certainly force us to reconsider our place in the cosmos.
It would be a stark reminder that we are not the center of everything, that there are forces at play in the universe that are far beyond our control.
Forces that we can only begin to imagine.
And yet, even in the face of such cosmic dread, there's a certain sense of wonder, isn't there? The universe is full of mysteries, and the pursuit of knowledge, even if it leads us to unsettling truths, is ultimately what makes us human.
That's a very profound thought.
It makes you realize how much we still have to learn.
And how much we may never know.
But that's part of the allure, isn't it? The unknown is what drives us to explore, to discover, to push the boundaries of human understanding.
Absolutely. And who knows what other wonders and horrors await us out there in the vast expanse of the cosmos.
Speaking of wonders and horrors, let's delve a little deeper into the potential implications of galaxy eaters. We've talked about the threat they might pose to our galaxy. But are there any positive aspects to their existence, assuming they are real?
That's an interesting question. It's certainly difficult to imagine anything positive about an entity that devours entire galaxies. However, from a purely scientific perspective, the existence of galaxy eaters would be a groundbreaking discovery. It would force us to reevaluate our understanding of physics, gravity, and the evolution of the universe.
So even if they are harbingers of destruction, they could also be catalysts for scientific advancement.
Potentially, yes. Imagine the insights we could gain from studying such entities. We might uncover new forms of matter and energy, new laws of physics, and perhaps even new dimensions.
It's like the saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Facing a threat as immense as a galaxy eater could push us to make unprecedented leaps in technology and scientific understanding.
It's certainly a possibility, and who knows, maybe those advancements could ultimately help us find a way to defend ourselves against such threats.
Or even harness their power for our own benefit.
Now, that's a thought. It's highly speculative, of course, but if we could understand the mechanisms by which galaxy eaters consume matter and energy, perhaps we could find a way to tap into that power.
It's almost like a cosmic version of renewable energy.
In a way, yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're still in the realm of hypotheticals here.
True, but it's fascinating to speculate about the possibilities, both positive and negative.
It certainly is, and it reminds us that the universe is a place of both wonder and terror, of both creation and destruction.
We've been delving into this unsettling concept of galaxy eaters, these hypothetical behemoths that could consume entire galaxies. But amidst all this cosmic dread, it's worth considering the human element. How would we as a species react to the confirmed existence of such beings?
That's a question that touches on sociology, psychology, and even philosophy. Faced with a threat so vast, so beyond our control, human reactions would likely run the gamut. Some might turn to denial, refusing to believe, in the face of overwhelming evidence.
Others might seek solace in religion, viewing the galaxy eaters as divine instruments of judgment, or perhaps even a sign of the apocalypse.
Exactly. We'd likely see a surge in religious fervor, with some seeking salvation and others preparing for the end times. And then, of course, there would be those who would approach the situation from a purely scientific perspective, determined to understand these entities, and perhaps even find a way to defend ourselves.
It's fascinating to think about how such a discovery would reshape our priorities as a species. Would it unite us in a common cause? Or would it further divide us?
It's hard to say for sure. Human history is full of examples of both cooperation and conflict in the face of adversity. Some might argue that a threat like this would force us to set aside our differences and work together for the survival of humanity.
A sort of global unifying event.
Precisely. But others might point out that humans often react to fear and uncertainty with aggression and tribalism. We might see nations turning against each other, competing for resources, and blaming each other for the impending doom.
It's a sobering thought. It makes you wonder if we as a species are even capable of handling Such a profound existential challenge.
It's a valid question, but even in the face of such uncertainty, there's a certain resilience to the human spirit. Throughout history, we faced countless threats, both natural and man-made, and we found ways to adapt, to innovate, to survive.
Perhaps the very act of confronting a threat, as immense as a galaxy eater, would force us to evolve, to tap into a deeper well of human potential.
It's certainly possible. We might see unprecedented advancements in science and technology as we strive to understand, and perhaps even combat this threat.
And even if we ultimately fail to defend ourselves, the knowledge we gain in the process would be invaluable. It would reshape our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
Perhaps it would even lead to a new era, a philosophical and spiritual exploration, as we grapple with the implications of our own insignificance in the face of such cosmic power.
It's a lot to contemplate, but it's a testament to the power of the human imagination that we can even conceive of such possibilities. And who knows, maybe someday the concept of galaxy eaters will move from the realm of speculation to the realm of scientific fact.
Until then, it serves as a reminder of the vastness and mystery of the universe and the boundless potential of human curiosity.
Thank you for joining us on this journey to the edge of understanding. We hope you found this exploration of galaxy eaters as thought-provoking as we did. If you enjoyed this episode of Terror and Urban Myths, please don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and give us a like. Until next time, keep looking up at the stars and keep wondering about the secrets they hold.